Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias, and welcome back to Super Hostile Modded, the Spellbound Caves II. In the last episode, we had a bit of a bad time. We went to the Goblin Grotto, which we discovered on the other side of the Olive Cave, getting areas, you gotta remember where you're going. Yeah, we were in the Goblin Grotto, and things did not go too well. We died a couple times. It was pretty awful. So one of the big issues with that area is that it is actually in a jungle, which means that temperature matters a little bit more. So we're going to try to fix that, and that is the first thing we're going to do today. And the way we fix that is with this Aussie chestplate liner. So combined with a chestplate and a crafting grid to add a self-adjusting temperature lighting. Single install, you only need one per armor set, which is pretty cool, and you can actually make it extra warmth or extra cooling if need be. Don't think that we're going to need that. I was looking at strainer stuff, seeing how expensive it was. We can't quite do anything more with the strainers, but they have been useful because we've been collecting some of this liner material from the loot crates just randomly. Also, we have some heart containers we're going to eat. And we need 8 of the Aussie liner. We have 4. We can't make it. Never mind. It's gonna be close. We can make the cooling, some of the cooling, but you can only make the Aussie liner with the leggings or the chest plate. And I was gonna do the chest plate. We have 4 of those. We need a little bit more. So one of the big things that's kind of stopping us is so the warmer liner, so you need the flip-flop goo, which requires cooling goo and heating goo, plus nether quartz and redstone. Cooling goo comes from packed ice and slime balls. We have the slime balls, but packed ice, luckily our strainer gave us a glacier anchovy. I thought it was going to say glacial. We might also be able to look around some of this stuff. That's going to give us heat pads. It's going to give us, okay, nothing that's going to help us make anything. So yeah, we're going to need to get some ice, and we have a little bit of lava. Lava can also be used to make, so the other thing that's difficult about this is the heating goo requires magma blocks, and we don't have magma cream. We also don't have blaze powder, but we do have cobblestone and a bucket of lava, so we can make that. And then it's just a matter of heating goo, cooling goo, and then the redstone and quartz. It is apparently a shaped crafting. Didn't expect that one. And that makes the flip-flop goo, but 3 of each. Is it actually shaped? It is. That's not smart. That's unintuitive. That should be a shapeless crafting recipe, and well, not shapeless, but it should be either way, in my opinion. But that gives us only 5 liner materials, so we need to get a couple more. And our options for getting these, we can get them from loot list 1. So the question is, I guess, can we see recipe? No. Okay, it's gonna be a quest book thing. Repeatable bundles, that is seeds. I mean, we could theoretically find, it's probably going to be in like no, not currency, not those anyways. Infernal tier, red token is spawner loot. It's probably in the hunting quests. Loot list 1, we'd need to kill 3 more spiders, which isn't too terrible, or 2 more trumpet skeletons, which is more difficult to find. Not even close on that one. 2 witches, so we'd have to go kill things, and that's kind of the big thing. So, yeah, we're not fighting half of those things, and there's way too many things here. Okay, so we're gonna have to make more liner material, and luckily it's just string and the goo of cooling or heating, so we can definitely make more of the heating goo with the magma blocks, but the cooling goo not so much. So let's eat some heart containers. And the problem is ice. Ice is the problem. So is there a way we can make ice easily? Because we can get the packed ice from the glacier anchovy, or normal ice, which comes from frost minnows, or making ice. The question is, do we have a way to make ice? We are getting a lot of stuff. Frostwalker's not going to help us, unfortunately. We have 2 Frostwalker books. So that is kind of the issue right now. This is going to work for a while. I made a bunch of bait, and that is going to be fine, but we need to get a bunch of ice. But if things don't freeze here, I mean, we are in... I guess this is a mushroom island. Things aren't supposed to spawn here. But ice is kind of the issue. So I'm going to have to figure out something with that. And I will tell you guys what. I'm going to work on that real quick. I kind of mislooked at the ingredients for making everything. The flip-flop goo is, like, not too bad. But we need at least 2 more liner materials. And how is our... I mean, our leggings are brand new. So we could go ahead and do that. Or we could just go for the chest plate. It's just a problem of... I need to figure out a way to make ice. So I'm going to see what I can get together. And I will bring you guys back in once we have that. And or once we're over at the Goblin Grotto. This has been a bit of a trip. So let's start with the easiest thing. So we're trying to make this chest plate, correct? We need to get cooling liner material and warming liner material. Now, the materials both require string, and that's a lot of string. In fact, it's 18 times 6. So to get more string, we use silkworms. Now these things are basically reskinned silverfish. Nothing against that. They will drop things like chickens every once in a while. They drop silk cocoons. Do not put more than one in a chamber like this, and do not put the chambers next to each other so that they can see each other diagonally, because these guys will hurt each other. I've used up all of my silkworm eggs because they kept killing each other. But yeah, this simple system will give us silk cocoons, and there is a quest for that. So we can use the cocoons as they are to make silk thread, which is effectively string. It is a 1-to-1, or we can use a spindle. This quest gives us a spindle. Now, the problem with the spindle is that it does require iron to make. Requires a tripwire hook, or I guess technically copper, but we have one. So we are going to need to make a new spindle, but there is a good bit of string, and assuming that I counted correctly, is this still gonna work? Oh no, I messed up. Well, I counted correctly until that moment, but no problem. We have some other things we can do, and we'll try to get another spindle here in a second. So the heating goo was easy enough. We had enough magma blocks from the cobblestone with the lava. No big deal. Let's make another spindle real quick. So tripwire hook, stick, and some oak slabs. Pretty easy. And yeah, so we made the heating goo pretty easily. We had the magma blocks from when we made the cobblestone and lava combination, and I had enough slime balls for everything. The problem was the cooling goo, which requires packed ice. Packed ice comes from glacier anchovies, which is what we got the first one, or normal ice. And it is a 1-to-1, which is really nice. So how do you get normal ice? Well, normally you would freeze ice. And that's exactly what I did. So we have a spell called Freeze that does, in fact, make ice. But I don't have Silk Touch. Doesn't matter. So Tough as Nails gives you these ice cubes. And 4 of these, this is a trip. 4 of these make 1 ice, which can then be turned into the pack ice, which can then be turned into the cooling gel, or cooling goo. So that is not too bad. And there's the other silk cocoon that we needed. So no problem with that. That has 64 durability. Not bad. I'm going to let those guys set, and we're going to have plenty of string as we need it. So, alright, we are at the point where we almost have everything we need, and we are going to go for the... let's actually take the spindle and put it in the chest for safekeeping. So far, we're doing alright. We turn those into string, and then we just need to make... I really hate it when that happens. I think it's a mouse tweaks or something like that. But we need to make the warming liner material and 9 of the cooling liner material. And I guess I had an extra of these. I didn't need to make as many, but it didn't really matter. It's basically the same amount. Now, the last thing that we need, in order to make the Aussie liner material, we need flip-flop goo, which requires cooling goo, heating goo, redstone, and nether quartz. As you can see, I have the redstone, I have the goos. I don't have the nether quartz. But you can smelt glass to get nether quartz. Some of the things in this mod pack are strange, I will say. But you know what? I'm not complaining. We need the nether quartz, and this is an easy-ish way to get it. We don't have a good supply of sand currently, but it's fine. We'll be fine. So we make the flip-flop goo, and then nope, warming is on the bottom, cooling on top. There is the Aussie liner material. There is the Aussie chest plate liner, and we just combine these, and we have temperature adjusted. So that should keep our temperature good. We're not going to burn up in the jungle anymore. A lot of work. One other thing that I want to start working on is there is a quest in the base building that is to make a bunch of stone coal. This is just gunpowder and coal, or smelting up coal ore. We're going to do this because I want the syncenicite forge. That has always been something terrible to say. And we are probably pretty close. 192. Okay, so we need to make one more quote-unquote stack. I have a little bit less than, let's see, 22 would be enough. Do we have enough gunpowder? No, not quite. So gunpowder is what we need, and we can make it with paper, which we can make with this mod pack is weird. We can make it with reeds. I do have plenty of sugarcane. So let's get like this much paper. I know the thing has this thing has the ability to give us crafting, but it's gonna be easier this way, I think. No. We want to use the charcoal, and there is the rest of the stone coal that we need. I need that stack back, please. Alright, and then this will give us a bunch of things, and the syncenicite actually gives us another quest and gives us a ton of experience. We are going to use the experience. What is it we need? We need farming. We need to make our farming higher. We're almost there. One more level, which we'll get later. So that is a bunch of stuff. I'm going to put most of it away. But these forges are so much better than these normal furnaces. I've played around with these a little bit in another mod pack that I've played on my own. But it is pretty good. It's just a matter of they are much faster than anything else. So yeah, now that we're done with all of that, let's make sure there's no more quests. Okay, so I think we're ready finally to head back to the Goblin Grotto. So I am going to do that, and I will meet you guys back over there. We're going to probably set our spawn over there again, and let's go explore. So, yeah, I'll meet you back over at the Goblin Grotto. Alright, so we are pretty close to being to the Goblin Grotto, but you might notice my inventory is a little lacking, and that's because slain by a werecat, burnt to a crisp while fighting a spriggan, slain by a werecat, killed by magic, spriggan, undead swine, undead swine. Yeah, I've died a lot just getting over here. This little forest area is awful. There's a lot of things that had already spawned, and when I tried to like cut through it to get over into this area, I got into a death loop. I've got most of my stuff back. There's probably some stuff that broke, and some stuff like the amethyst body armor or armor body that we just temperature aligned and was brand new, which is almost broken. My weapons broke. I don't have much stuff. I've also been killing the mimics that have been around. I just want to make sure that didn't have anything in it. We did lose our wand. I've not seen the wand and our axe, but other than that, I think, and our let's see. And our grape juice, I guess, but we have more grape juice. We have torches. Our boots probably broke. Shovels there. Our pick broke. I had that, but yeah. So it looks like we lost our wand mostly. Our blocks are here. So we could try to get back in there. I don't have any armor on right now because all of our stuff is about to break. But yeah, I just got into a death loop, and that's not fun, I will say. It has been a little bit of a frustrating experience, to say the least. Especially when you don't have any sort of protections for... Oh, right. That is a two-handed weapon. You don't have any protections for, like, if you die, your stuff is kind of gonna leave. Like, it's probably gonna despawn. I did end up setting my spawn over in this area. It's not as bad right now, so we might be able to search a little bit. But I don't remember exactly where I died the first time. As you can see, I've got the... Oh, also, we don't have, like, any hearts. Because of that whole, you know, mechanic with the heart stuff. Yeah, it's bad. So, at this point, I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to... Oh, you are awful. So, I want to say it was... Ow. Okay, it would have been right in this area that we died the first time, because this is a mimic crab, but they don't drop our stuff. So I don't know where our stuff is. And our wand is probably long gone by now. But yeah, there was just too many of the superpowered mobs that kind of spawned on us, and there was nothing I could do. So what I'm thinking we might end up doing is, what if we cleared out a lot of this? You know, things can't spawn if there's not any darkness. And if we kill most of the stuff that's here, yeah, our wand is gone. That is really bad. So I think we're gonna have to go back. There was special mobs. You know, one had ghastly, which is awful, and yeah, it was just bad. So what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a little bit of a forward base here. Nothing much, just something that is going to be protected, and we're gonna do it with all these trees. We got a pickaxe, which is nice. Wrong button. So yeah, I'm gonna need to get another wand. That should not be too difficult. And I would like to get some more weaponry. Let's see. Does that do anything for us? Oh, we got some more silkworm eggs and some silver. That's nice. I guess since we only have 11 levels. So yeah, I have a bed here. Maybe we break that for a second. I can turn hitboxes off for right now. And I guess we could set up a little bit of a forward base here. And then what the plan is going to be is really silly. We're going to just chop down a lot of this forest just so that I can get kind of back and forth from... oops. Accidentally broke my torch. Just so I can get back and forth from the Goblin Grotto area and, you know, not die repeatedly. I am really upset about losing the wand, though. That's probably the worst thing to lose, other than the chest plate, which I'm really glad is still there. We are going to need to repair it, and I don't remember what it said about how to do that, so we'll have to figure that out. But let's set up a little bit of a base here. We can set, you know, some just simple things. We're gonna want to get a chest. We're gonna put most of the stuff in here anyways, so we're gonna just put a chest down. We need to go grab some wood so that we can in fact make a crafting table. And what I'll probably end up doing is just spending some time. Okay, can we get like sticks or something from this? We can. Perfect. That doesn't help us. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be an experience, and this is, what is these items we got? Undying Heart. Okay, we can make a golden heart. Gives regeneration and repairs 1 second all equip. Oh, that seems really good. It probably doesn't last that long, but who cares? Let's see. I wonder if that includes armor. It should, but and then we have the plagued hide. Okay, so I know that the various things from that mod are kind of interesting in terms of what they do. Ironwood will have to work. We just need a crafting table, and then I can make an axe, and then we can eventually make a... So we have iron. Let's use iron. Why not? Doesn't really matter what we use in that sense. Oops. But yeah, so we just need to kind of regroup a little bit, and I'm definitely going to probably make a staircase and make this a little bit safer to traverse. I think we also lost a bed, but actually no, we have the black bed. Yeah. So yeah, all we really lost was the wand, which is awful, but not the end of the world. Where exactly are the logs? We chopped down a tree. Where's the logs at? The big thing is just we need to recover. We need to recuperate, and I need to be smarter about. Unfortunately, just running through areas that are dark is not the play. This mod pack is much more difficult than any other super hostile that I've played, so I do need to be very mindful of what I do and how I do it. Where did those... Oh, they're right here. Cool. So yeah, we're going to just kind of make this a lot nicer to get through. And make a good path through this area, because there are multiple things we might want to traverse over here. I don't know where the Goblin's Grotto goes. You know, maybe that goes to another intersection. If that's the case, it's not as big of a deal, but yeah, just to come over here and, one, it's going to give us a ton of wood, which is also a good thing. But just having some stairs and whatnot so that we can get up here, or even just, it might be better to just have some stairs or something going this way, so we can save on hunger as well, which is not as big of a deal as it used to be. But, you know, we can't have this, especially right now. So that's something to kind of consider, and I think that is what I'm going to do. Now, the bad news about losing our wand is not so much that we lost the wand, but that we lost all the experience and progress on upgrading that wand. Okay. Okay. Let's just retreat for now. So yeah, I am going to probably go ahead and call the episode here. I wanted to go... There's one thing I wanted to go explore, and you know what? Let's just run through this area. Like I just said, don't do this, but if we could just get rid of the skeletons and get lucky with not having too many of the awful creatures, we should be fine. So what I wanted to go look at is mostly around this edge and sneak by. Okay, the trumpet skeleton is actually something that I would like to fight. Okay, he's dead. They're both dead. Perfect. There's so many skeletons over here. And I don't like hearing things walking or running quickly. It scares me. Did we get a token? No, we didn't get a token for the trumpet skeleton. But that is a quest, which is why I wanted to kill one. Avoid the plants. Oh, hey. This goes to Victory Cave? Interesting. So there might be a quicker way here from the Victory Monument. And that's something we're going to need to explore. But over here, there is a bunch of cracked stone bricks. And I know that there is a spawner because I saw the spawns. Is there anything underneath this? So these are good for just random drops, I think. Or we could just break the spawner. Let's just break the spawner. I don't care. So that's going to give us a ton of experience, as well as the let them do their thing. We got a red token, so let's submit that, and we'll get some spawner loot, which includes astral diamond, a loot crate, loot list 1, and a steel tower shield. Okay. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. I think actually next time what we're going to do is we are going to explore this little section and see where it leads, and maybe have... Wow, he did a lot of damage. So we get to go get our stuff again. This is getting normal. But yeah, so we can go explore that cave and probably have a quicker way back to the monument, to this area, which would be really nice. So I think that's what we're gonna do next time and see what that gets us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!